So I'm going to the game tomorrow, UAB. People ask me all the time, what was your favorite Georgia game you've ever been to? And I will say, 1980, I was in New Orleans for the national championship. That was pretty fun. I was there. I was 16. I had a good time. I was 2021. I was with my broken bottom. I was in Indianapolis and we won. I didn't go to LA last year, but I was in Athens watching it, and I stood in line for an hour to ring the bell. But one of my favorite games was when I was younger. It was in 1977, and Prince Charles came to the game. We played Kentucky. Prince Charles was there, and he was the most boring part of the whole game. Because you know who else was there that day? Ellie Mae Clampett. We just wanted to see Ellie Mae Clampett. We didn't care about Prince Charles. And then, you know who was more exciting than Ellie Mae Clampett? James Brown. During the halftime show, he went up and did a split and knocked out the whole sound system. It was very exciting. But I tell this story to tell y'all that Prince Charles is boring. I miss his mother. I miss Queen Elizabeth. I do. I loved her. I loved her so much, and she died. It was just so unexpected. I don't know why everybody was so shocked. You know, her first prime minister was Winston Churchill, for God's sakes. She was super old. And we know she wasn't going to give it up, though. I love it because she was not going to give it up. Her son was she knew her son was lame. She knew her son was lame. She wasn't going to. And he wasn't going to get to start his job. He's been unemployed for 73 years. He wasn't get to start it until she died or until she gave him the crown. There was a photo that showed how much she was not going to give it up. There's this picture made. It was Queen Elizabeth, her son Prince Charles, his son Prince William, and his son little Prince George, and they're all in this picture together. Now the princes are all sort of touching each other lovingly on the shoulder, but in an English way. Queen Elizabeth wasn't touching nobody. She was on the front row of this picture with both hands firmly on the handles of her pocketbook. They're not taking my crown. They're not taking my purse. And any other family photographer would have said, hey, Nana, it's kind of an important picture of 4 direct generations to the English crown. How about we take your pocketbook and just set it on this stool over here for the family picture? But no, this is not any Nana. This was the Queen of England, and she's going to two-fist this pocketbook if she wants to. She's going to hold on to it. And then I found out later, I kept thinking, what's in there that's so important she can't put that down? And later on I found out she used to use her purse to send signals to her staff, right? If it was on her right arm, it was like, oh, this person's boring and somebody needs to come and save me. If she swapped it over here, it's like, y'all, I'm hungry and somebody needs to bring me a biscuit. And if she swung it around over her head, it was like, y'all need to call Prince Philip because Mama needs to go on a pony ride. But now she's dead and it's sad. Did y'all watch the funeral? Ooh, that was long. Much different from a lot of Southern funerals I have been to where people are drunk in the parking lot fighting over furniture. But they drove her around dead in the back of the car in Scotland for like 6 days. I think they missed an opportunity. They could have combined National Lampoon's Vacation with Weekend at Bernie's. And they could have just put her up on the top of that car and tied a string to her hand, and she could just wave by. Just one last wave by to all her people. You could have got like, what is the prince that got in trouble with the little girls? He didn't have a lot going on right now. He could pull the string, so.